The Vorton hunting pack moved through the forest of New Terra with practiced silence. Their four eyes scanned the undergrowth, searching for prey. The colony world had been established by the soft species called humans only 3 cycles ago, and the Vortans had heard rumors that these creatures were weak and easy to hunt. Kresh, the pack leader, raised his clawed hand to signal a stop. Through the trees ahead, he spotted something small and defenseless. A tiny human youngling, no more than 5 solar years old, sat alone near a stream. The child had pale skin and yellow hair that caught the afternoon light. She was playing with stones, stacking them into little towers, and humming to herself. "Look," Kresh whispered to his hunting party. "A human infant, alone, unprotected." The other Vortans crept closer, their purple scales gleaming in the dappled sunlight. They were each twice the size of an adult human, with powerful legs built for running and jaws filled with sharp teeth. On their home world, they were apex predators. Nothing dared to challenge them. "Where are the parents?" asked Thrall, the youngest hunter. "Why would they leave their offspring unguarded?" Kresh laughed quietly. "These humans are foolish. They do not understand the dangers of the universe. This will be an easy hunt." The little girl continued playing, completely unaware of the predators watching her. She picked up a flower and sniffed it, giggling at something only she understood. Next to her sat a strange creature that the Vortans had never seen before. It was black and white, about the size of a small dog with a thick body and short legs. The animal appeared to be sleeping in the sun. "What is that creature with the youngling?" Thrall asked. Kresh studied it carefully. "Some kind of pet, perhaps. It looks harmless, slow and fat, probably just a companion animal that humans keep for comfort." The Vortans moved into position, forming a circle around the clearing. Their plan was simple. They would rush in together, grab the child, and retreat before any adult humans could respond. The small creature would not be a problem. They outnumbered it 6 to 1, and they were trained warriors. Kresh gave the signal. The hunting pack burst from the trees, roaring their battle cries. The little girl looked up, her eyes going wide with fear. She screamed, a high-pitched sound that echoed through the forest. The Vortans closed in, their claws extended. But they had made a terrible mistake. The black and white creature that had been sleeping peacefully suddenly lifted its head. In an instant, it was on its feet, placing itself between the child and the approaching predators. The animal made a sound that was part growl, part hiss, and completely terrifying. Its lips pulled back to reveal teeth that seemed far too large for its body. Kresh slowed his charge, confused. The small creature was not running away. It was not trying to hide. Instead, it was advancing toward 6 predators that were each 4 times its size. This made no sense. The honey badger attacked. It moved with a speed that shocked the Vortans. One moment it was standing still, the next it had launched itself at Thrall's face. The young Vortan screamed as claws raked across his snout. He tried to grab the creature, but it twisted in his grip like liquid, its teeth finding his hand and biting down hard. Purple blood sprayed across the grass. "Kill it!" Kresh shouted. "It is just one small animal!" 2 more Vortans rushed forward, their claws slashing at the honey badger. They hit it several times, drawing blood, but the creature did not stop. It did not even seem to feel pain. Instead, it became more aggressive, more violent. It bit into one Vortan's leg, its jaws locking with terrible strength. When the Vortan tried to shake it off, the honey badger simply climbed higher, going for the throat. The Vortan fell, clutching at the animal that was systematically destroying him. His screams filled the air. Kresh had hunted across a dozen worlds. He had faced creatures twice his size without fear. But watching this small earth animal fight without any sense of self-preservation, he felt something he had not experienced in years: terror. The honey badger was not trying to escape. It was not defending itself. It was attacking, pure and simple. Every move it made was calculated to cause maximum damage. It targeted eyes and throats and any soft tissue it could reach. When the Vortans hit it, cut it, tried to kill it, the creature just kept coming. "Retreat!" Kresh finally shouted. "Fall back!" But retreating from a honey badger was not simple. It chased them. Even as 3 Vortans lay wounded in the clearing, the animal pursued the others, running them down with stubborn determination. It bit at their heels, climbed their backs, went for their faces. Nothing the Vortans did could stop it. Kresh ran faster than he had ever run in his life. Behind him, he could hear his pack members screaming. The forest that had seemed so peaceful before now felt like a nightmare. How could one small creature cause so much destruction? The honey badger chased them for nearly half a mile before finally stopping. It stood in the middle of the path, blood dripping from its fur, some of it its own, most of it belonging to the Vortans. The animal watched the hunters flee, making sure they were truly gone. Only then did it turn and walk back toward the clearing. When it reached the stream, the little girl was still there, now crying and hugging her knees. The honey badger approached her slowly, all the violence gone from its movements. It nuzzled against her leg, making soft sounds of comfort. The child wrapped her arms around the animal, burying her face in its fur. "Thank you, Rattel," she whispered. "You saved me." 10 minutes later, the girl's parents came running through the trees. They had heard her scream and were frantic with worry. When they saw the wounded Vortans scattered around the clearing and their daughter safe with the honey badger, they understood what had happened. The father immediately called for medical help and security. The mother held her daughter close, checking her for injuries. The honey badger sat nearby, licking its wounds, looking completely calm as if nothing unusual had occurred. News of the attack spread quickly through the human colony. Within hours, the Galactic Council received a report. The Vortans who had survived were arrested and questioned. Kresh, nursing deep wounds to his arms and face, was forced to explain what had happened. "We thought the human child was easy prey," he admitted to the council representatives. "We thought Earth creatures were weak. We were wrong." The council investigator, a gray-skinned Theln named Mordak, reviewed the medical reports. 6 trained Vortan hunters had been defeated by a single Earth animal that weighed less than 30 pounds. 3 of the hunters would need months to recover. One might never regain full use of his right arm. "What was this creature called?" Mordak asked. "The humans call it a honey badger," Kresh said quietly. "They also call it a Rattel. It is considered one of the most fearless animals on their planet." Mordak looked at the images captured by security drones. The small black and white creature had fought with a ferocity that defied logic. It had taken injuries that would have stopped most predators and simply ignored them. Its only goal had been to protect the human child, and it had accomplished that goal completely. "The humans are from a Class 12 Deathworld," Mordak said slowly. "This means even their companion animals, even the creatures they allow their children to play with, are dangerous beyond measure." Kresh nodded, his pride broken. "We have learned this lesson. We thought we were hunting prey. Instead, we nearly died in a forest clearing because we underestimated Earth creatures." The story spread across the galaxy within weeks. Other species who had considered humans to be weak targets reconsidered their positions. If a human child's pet could defeat 6 trained warriors, what could an adult human do? What could a human soldier do? The honey badger became famous. Scientists studied its biology, trying to understand how such a small creature could be so effective in combat. They discovered its thick skin, its incredible stamina, its apparent immunity to pain and fear. They learned that on Earth, honey badgers regularly fought animals 10 times their size and won. And they realized something important. Earth was not like other worlds. Life there had evolved in constant competition, constant danger. Everything on that planet was either predator or prey, and even the prey had learned to fight back with desperate strength. The humans were Deathworlders, and so were their pets. Kresh spent the rest of his life warning other species about the dangers of underestimating Earth creatures. He told his story to anyone who would listen. He showed his scars and explained the lesson he had learned in blood and pain. Never mistake a human child for easy prey, because somewhere nearby there might be a honey badger. And a honey badger does not care about size or strength or numbers. A honey badger only cares about one thing: protecting its family. And nothing in the galaxy was more dangerous than that.